What's up, you Hcmc Army and Moneymakers? Welcome back to the channel. We are going to talk about ticker symbol Hcmc, Healthier Choices Management Corp. The stock is trading at 0.0003. The worst is over, and we are looking into the post impact of what is going on with the stock price. As you already know, the motion to dismiss has been approved. In other words, for foregoing reasons, plaintiff Hcmc's motion for leave to file an amended complaint is denied, and the clerk is directed to close this case. As you already know, that Phillip Morris and Hcmc had this legal battle around the IQOS product and patent infringement lawsuit, and it is so ordered on the 3rd of December 2021 by the judge that the case will be dismissed. So Hcmc at the moment is deciding what are the next steps and what is going to happen. What we are going to talk in this video, though, why the stock price is at 0.0003. We saw the worst, and worst is now over, as I just mentioned. But if you can take right here, we have pretty healthy volume, 2.25 billion. As you see, yesterday the volume was 1.8 billion. 2.6 billion was the volume prior to yesterday on 3rd, when the announcement happened around the lawsuit. The lawsuit announcement for the dismissal, the order to dismiss, that happened almost towards the end of the trading session, but still we saw the volume was pretty high. Yesterday it shows here 0.0000. I was not able to really see that in real time, but we got back to the 3 levels. Today still 3 levels, so it traded between 2 and 3. So let's talk about what is going on with the stock. So I wanted to share this article particularly with you. Now, if you are an Hcmc Army or Hcmc stockholder, click the like button so this video can reach to more and more people, and we can spread the word out, because there could be the light at the end of the tunnel. Why Healthier Choices Management investors are feeling sick does not matter, but regardless, we saw the stock is staying around the 3 levels. Prior to this decision, we saw that the stock was around 4 and 5 levels. So once again, OTC traded stock, the stock tends to move when there is some news around it. If it was a great news, the stock would move into the positive direction or skyrocket. If it's not so great news, as we already see, the stock is down 20%, 50%. So it can go up 200, 300%, or it can go down 50%, 70%, so on and so forth. However, let's talk, I wanted to particularly talk about this article because there are mixed news around Hcmc and why people could be holding. Let's take a look. Healthier Choices Management stock is taking a beating Monday. That was yesterday, thanks to an update on the court case with Phillip Morris International. I already shared in my previous video. If you haven't watched, go watch the video. I have discussed thoroughly about the lawsuit and the decision by the judge. Healthier Choices Management has been duking on its Phillip Morris International over alleged patent infringement. However, the case looks to be coming to close and not in favor of Hcmc. According to Hcmc, the motion for leave to amend its complaint in the case has been denied. That may mean the end of the battle with Phillip Morris that many investors were hoping the company would win, with the court dismissing the case. So that was one of the biggest catalysts that can turn the Hcmc stock into gold, because there were talks around up to a $1 billion settlement if the case goes to the floor or if the motion was not denied. Healthier Choices Management released the statement. Hcmc is deeply disappointed in the court's decision and dismissal of the case, and exploring its option for appeal with its counsel, the legal team that they have. So we don't really have much information as to what Hcmc is going to do. What are the merits, the legal merits along in this case, and what can happen? So we're all waiting to hear back more. But what I'm going to share with you is fundamentally, yes, there was a big catalyst, but fundamentally the company is doing pretty good. And yes, we don't really have that huge catalyst around that can push this stock price up to 1 cent, 5 cent, 10 cents level. but still there is legit business and revenue behind the company, and you don't want to forget how much cash on hand Hcmc has at the moment. Their cash and cash equivalent is about 27 million, and total cash and asset together is close to 36 million that I'll go in a second, that Hcmc has announced on during this third quarter results and the earning, as you can see just right here, 36.6 million. So we'll also talk about that. But let's go back to this. Of course, that news brings with the heavy trading of Hcmc stock. As of the writing, more than 3 billion shares of stocks have been traded. To put that in perspective, company's daily trading average volume is closer to 647 million shares. Despite the blow to Hcmc stock, some traders on Twitter are determined to stick with the company. Here is what they are saying on Twitter, on other social media platform. So one of the other thing that you also want to notice and make sure is there is a strong community called Hcmc Army, and this community is pretty strong. People are behind Hcmc, and if you remember what happened with AMC GME, Hcmc was also part of that short selling event, and people were so strong, investors were kept buying, and the stock went to 0.0065 around when we saw last year, when the news for the lawsuit were going on, and people were talking a ton on Twitter, on StockWits, and other channels, including YouTube. So let's take a look. One of the users is saying Hcmc, so the lawsuit dismissed. At this point, I'm already down 98% on my shares. Might as well hold. So one of the thing is, people believe in long term. Many investors believe in long term. They may keep the stock anyway because it's down from the levels. If people bought the stock around this rights offering, the rights offering was at 0.0010. So there is a pretty good downturn at the moment from that price point, 70% down. One of the other users is saying Hcmc. I agree. Many also do. I have approximately 7.8 million shares of Hcmc. Holding tight. I'm not worried. I'm not selling, but willing to buy on Monday on deep. So many people are buying as well, at least based on what we see on Investor Place and also on Twitter. Yes, it sucks that the case is over, but I don't forget that Hcmc is setting up for growth. In my opinion, they will rock in the OTC market. Do your DD, holding tight. It's not over until God says it's over. So there's a meme, pretty insightful information from some Twitter memes, so on and so forth. One of the other user, OTC Boss, says, despite Hcmc unfortunate lawsuit news, consider everything else. This stock has many more to offer as the company versus all other OTC. Real company, multiple revenue streams, 1.3 million per month sales, profitable, $28 million cash. And I want to really focus on this $28 million cash that they raised, that the company has. The company's market cap is 101 million or 102 million, close to US dollars, where they have $28 million in cash and 36 million in total assets, which is amazing. Great investment at 0.0005. So people bought at higher price. Of course, Hcmc stock is down 50% as of Monday afternoon. Investors are looking more into the news today, are in luck. So practically, what people are saying is they're going to hold because there is not much to lose at this point. The worst is now over, and the company can go into the positive. The stock price can go into the positive direction. Once again, to look further into the revenue, 3 plus million, once again, 3.39, 3.47, 3.23, and 3.35. Further, if you think about what the company is doing, they have divided themselves into different business segments and subsidiary. They have an IP holding company, they have Healthier Choices Market, the vitamin store, their online arm where they're trying to make more and more revenue because there is less operational overheads, less cost, and it's easy to sell. And the vape stores that they have 6 vape stores across Florida, and Q Cup Technology and Q Unit Vaporizer, and they have been doing some tie-ups with other companies as well, as you already know. They have been also laser focused on acquisition, IP product or IP technology to secure their IP once again. So EIR Hydration, we saw that November 30th, the Therapy Center acquisition. We also saw that Bulb Technology vaping cartridge that they announced the patent for. They are doing ATG 6-pack Q-Cup technology in Canada to expand their business, and Nuhi brand to expand themselves in the Colorado and other regions within that the West Coast for United States. Now, if you think further about what HCMC is up to, one of the things that you want to notice right here, and the company's unaudited balance sheet, they have 28 million plus cash on hand, other current assets 2.3 million with total of 30.5 million, and other assets 6.1 million, and total asset altogether is 36.6 million, which is a massive asset for the company that has actual worth or market cap of 101 or 102 million US dollars. If you take a look at the total liabilities, close to 5 million, and total liability and stockholders equity is 36.6, whereas total stockholder equity is 31.7 million. So the numbers look pretty good. The balance sheet is pretty strong. Cash on hand is pretty strong. If you take a look into what's happening in terms of the stock trading, it's pretty much a bar chart. If you can think from 2 level to 3 level, 2 level to 3 level, and the stocks were trading. From my Patreon members as well as my own experience, I can tell that yesterday I was out luck buying at 0.0001 level, which means there were a ton of trading happening. A ton of trades were happening, but many people were not able to buy at the 1 level. And as you can think, from 1 level, whoever was able to buy at 3 level, it's 3 times return on the investment. I'm not sure exactly what has been happening and why the trades could not execute at 1 level, because on Yahoo Finance, I was also able to see the 0.0000 level. We got back up pretty quickly to 3 level, and today it was trading between 2 to 3. If you think about 2 to 3, it's still 50% gain if someone bought it at 2 and sold the stock at 3. And as you know, it's 2.2 billion trades were happening. We have seen for HCMC close to 40 billion trading volume back in the days before a few months that we were seeing, but the stock had a pretty downturn lately and it could not really go back up. If I show you the 6 months chart, as you see right now on my screen, and if I just adjust this chart, take a look, it went all the way up to 0.0065. At this point, we got back down to the 0.010 level, which is what also the price for the stock offering, rights offering from HCMC for their own shareholders. And then it went back up to 0.0027 or 35 level. That does not show up right here in chart, but if you take a look on the left hand side right here, and you should be able to see the all-time the high on that day was 0.0035. From the 1 level went to 3.5 level, 3.5 times return, but since then we started getting on the downturn, and right now we are at 0.0003. Do your own due diligence. This is not a financial advice, but I just wanted to share what's going on, given that the lawsuit news, given that the negative sentiment a little bit on the social media, on Twitter, so on and so forth. I do believe that the community is staying pretty strong, and many people are holding for long term anyway, because they know that the worst is now over. And this is an OTC traded stock. I'm not saying it's gonna go 3 times, 5 times, 7 times, 10 times. The future will tell us, the time will tell us, but what I can tell you is there is not a huge volume, and I'll keep you posted if something comes around for the lawsuit in terms of the appeal process or what HCMC is going to decide. There might be an uptick if HCMC says there will be an appeal process that they will go to the higher courts and the judiciary system. I'll keep you posted. Click the like button. Subscribe to my channel, do your part, so it doesn't really cost you anything. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.